Hey there everybody, Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility, the show here on the channel that we feature every Wednesday, bringing you some of the cool new releases in progressive rock, progressive metal, all forms of heavy metal actually, jazz fusion, hard rock, classic rock. That's kind of the realms that we cover here on Sea of Tranquility. Here in this episode, we're going to take a look at the brand new studio release from Israeli avant-garde, progressive metal, oriental metal. Never really understood that term, but that's what they call themselves. Band from Israeli, newly signed to Ken Golden's Sensory Records, division of the Laser's Edge. Talking about Subterranean Masquerade, Mountain Fever. All right, this I believe is the fifth album from the band, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, we've got Suspended Animation Dreams in 2005, The Great Bazaar 2015, Vagabond 2017, The Pros and Cons of Social Isolation, which I believe contains some re-recordings, really came out last year, and then Mountain Fever in 2021. So technically five, but fourth album of all new material. And this is a really interesting record. I'm not overly familiar with this band. I've heard one of their other albums, which I've liked. The whole kind of oriental metal thing really took on, somewhat of a meaning a bunch of years back with the band Orphan Land, who is a contemporary good friend of these guys. Orphan Land kind of mixed that Middle Eastern sounds with ethnic Israeli elements, progressive metal, death metal, old school prog, psychedelia, avant-garde, right? These guys kind of do a very similar type of thing, although there is a little more of a theatricality about their music. They, all sorts of different instruments, a lot of different vocal styles, male, female vocals, growling vocals, the whole nine yards. Cool folky bits, old school prog bits from the 70s, a lot of metal, in their music, Middle Eastern themes all over the place. Really fascinating listen. I've played this now a bunch of times. Nice production values, all the music on the album. I'm going to give you some kind of info here. Written by Tomer Pink, who is the kind of the genius behind the band. He's also their main songwriter, rhythm guitarist, acoustic guitars. Lyrics were written by Davidavi Dolev, who is their lead singer. All right, produced by Tomer Pink and the rest of the band. Strings and brass arrangements by Shai Yalin, and woodwinds arranged by Tomer Pink as well. So the band, the main lineup of the band is Davidavi Dolev, otherwise he also goes by the name of Vidi. Lead and backing vocals, Tomer Pink, as I mentioned, rhythm and acoustic guitars. You got Or Shaliv on lead and acoustic guitars, Shai Yalin on keyboards and glockenspiel, Golan Farhi on bass guitar, and Omer Fishbane also appears lead guitar on a couple tracks, and Bulbul Tarang on one track. Also rounding out the lineup, you've got Matan Shmuley on drums, Yatziv Caspi on percussion, Neta Maimon on cello, Oren Sar on violin and viola, Edith Mincer on brass, Alon Carneli, Idan Gringle, Matan Carlos Mandelbaum, and Richard Avum on gang vocals on a couple tracks, Jackie Hole female vocals on a few tracks, Yakir Sasson woodwinds, Ajmidi Melakesh harsh vocals on one track. You got Hader Levi talkbox guitar, Uri Shefi Buzuki, Oud and Lauta, and Aidan David Amsalem guitar solo on one track. Woo! That's a lot of folks, right? A lot of folks. But so what does the album sound like, you might ask? Well, it's kind of like this explosion of different sounds and different styles across the entire album. Let's take a look at the package here. Again, this is Sensory Records, newly signed by Ken Golden. Here's the booklet. Got lyrics. No photos of the band. Pretty cool little underwater scene there with the giant octopus. I can totally dig that. All right. Pretty cool. And then on the back you get kind of basically much of what I just read to you, right? So all in all, you've got 10 tracks. Hard-hitting album in spots. very avant-garde in others. Like I said, there's old school prog. There's definitely lots of progressive metal here. You've got, Somewhere I Sadly Belong, which is the 5th track, which is, kind of more of like a death metal type track. But then you've got, like Snake Charmer and Diaspora, My Love, and the title track Mountain Fever, which kind of somewhere falls in the line of like Pain of Salvation. A little bit of Queensryche here and there, especially on the vocals. If you guys remember Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, right? Fairly popular underground prog metal band from the late 90s or early 2000s. Like, I forget exactly when they were kind of releasing albums. The whole kind of chaotic thing, maybe a little Mr. Bungle in spots, definitely some Faith No More in spots. It's just this collision of all these styles and sounds, but it really works. Some wonderful guitar playing on here, still great acoustic guitar work. There's all the different horns and reeds and things going on. It's just really, really out there, but in a good way. I think if you like really challenging music that kind of keeps you guessing from one second to the next, and if you like prog and you like metal and you like avant-garde music and you don't mind a little bit of extreme metal, and again the growling harsh, I call them more harsh vocals because they're not really growls. You can totally understand what he's saying. They're more like kind of like the harsh, right? They're just harsher. They're kind of like almost screaming vocals. But there's not a ton of them on here. There's a couple songs featured in that, but For the Leader, with string music, gorgeous. Middle Eastern and Israeli motifs going on in there. Just really interesting song. Really cool on the ears. Ascend is another great track. The Still Knox Oratory, like that a lot. Like I said, the title track is quite good. Manjata, the last song, gorgeous. 70s style prog rock keyboards, acoustic guitars, beautiful. That's like 1 minute, it's heavy. 1 minute it's light and majestic. Another minute it's just kind of this kind of chaotic avant-garde thing. Man, all hitting you all the time. Really, really fascinating album. I'm really enjoying this a lot. I think I'm going to have to go out and further explore their back catalog because, like I said, I know I've reviewed one of their earlier albums, but it's not a band that I, just said, all right, I'm going to go all in and check out all their stuff. I might have to do that because this is quite good stuff. I've only had it a week, so I've listened to it a handful of times at a score of 1 to 5, 5 being absolutely amazing. This is easily a 4 or 4.5 based on my listening experience so far. Quite good. Really, like I said, if you really want something a little bit different that touches on a lot of different styles and textures and elements, check this out. Mountain Fever from Subterranean Masquerade from Israel. Awesome stuff. Call them oriental metal, call them progressive metal, progressive rock, avant-garde metal, psychedelic metal, whatever the hell you want. Like I said, if you like Orphan Land, Pain of Salvation, Queensryche, Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, maybe a little Mr. Bungle and Faith No More, that's kind of the realms that these guys live in. So check it out. You can get your copy at lasercd.com. That's the Laser's Edge, Ken Golden and Company. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. If you want to make a donation to the channel, we've got the Ko-Fi link below. We also have the link to our merch page. Okay, so you can get yourself a Sea of Tranquility t-shirt. We got many designs for the many different shows that we do. I also have merch there from my second channel, which is Comic Book Users. So thanks for everything, guys, and we'll see you real soon with more content. We got the Monsters Den coming up tomorrow on Thursday, Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff on Friday. We've got Merciful Fate album ranking with Rich Catino and Bryce from Bryce Talks Metal on Sunday. And then, of course, it starts all over again on Monday with the Hudson Valley Squares. Tuesday in the Prague Seat. Wednesday, more of these new product reviews. Thursday, Monsters Den. Friday with Martin Popoff. It just keeps on going on. Lots of album reviews coming, or I should say album rankings coming this month as well. So in addition, we've got Survivor, we've got Witchfind, and I got a whole bunch of other ones up my sleeve. So stay tuned for all that and more. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. See you real soon. Bye-bye.